morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, daily chart, then we'll hop over to an hourly, but you can see this compression on the Bollinger Bands. Everything's diving back into itself. And you've got basically 4 sessions that are resting up against the green line here, which is the 20-day simple moving average or the middle Bollinger Band. So you can see the Bollinger Bandwidth there is starting to tighten. We're down to 2.09. So, bands contract, then they expand. They contract and will expand again. I mentioned in the written blurb this morning, look, there's 2 things that you don't want to do. I have a lot of new people. We got a lot of trials. We got a lot of new subscribers. We got a lot of new people following. So, if you're new, this may be your first, compression with me. And you got to understand that there's 2 cardinal rules that you don't want to break when you're trying to trade a compression into an expansion, okay? You don't want to never anticipate direction, and don't overtrade, okay? You don't want to be early and you don't want to be wrong, okay? If you're early, you're just going to get chopped up in a bunch of head fakes. Yesterday was a lot of that. I mean, we traded basically for the majority of the day in about a 3-handle range. We had a few moves up to 72. That's your 9-day simple moving average that's holding this in. We were down in the 66 area. That's your weekly pivot, which is, holding up price. One of those areas is going to give way. In the interim, though, you can get completely chopped up. You can overtrade. You make your broker very happy, but you won't make your account very happy. I did 3 trades yesterday during the regular session, 3. I did 8 on Friday because it was a much better tape. On Thursday, I did 12. Much better tape. Better tape, more trades. Lousy tape, less trades. If you can get that ingrained into your mind, you'll become a much more efficient trader, and by default, you'll be more profitable because you won't get chewed up on lousy days. So how's today going to be? I don't know. In the pre-market here, let's go to the hourly. So in the pre-market, you got weekly pivot here. You got weekly pivot support yesterday and in the overnight. The 9-day on the continuation charts up here around the 72, 73 area, and it is consistent. It's consistently resistance here. The hourly midband hasn't been too helpful. It tried to be support. We had a hard break. Right around Europe Open. Now it's trying to be resistance. So I'm just kind of sitting back and waiting to see what this band of price wants to do. I want to be long above it, and I want to be short below it. And in between, I just want to kind of pick my spots because there's a lot of false breakdowns and a lot of false breakouts, and you don't want to get chewed up too much. I was long 68 yesterday into the close. It went up to 72. And it couldn't get through. So the whole issue, either that was going to be a trade that I was going to end up, I had taken some profits and I got my risk out and just had an even stop at 68. Either I was going to get stopped out at 68, which is what eventually happened overnight, or I was going to wake up this morning and we were trading, high 70s to low 80s because we had finally broken above the 9-day simple moving average. So that's a nice low to no risk trade to see, what'll happen. What we're seeing now is we're seeing another test of the weekly pivot. What I want to see here is this going to break down? And if it does, is it going to convert 66 to resistance? If it does, then I want to be short a 66 for a move lower. But you can't anticipate the break because there's been too many false breakdowns. And that's a byproduct of these really tight bands over on the daily chart. All right. That's all I've got. Join me around midday for the update. Take care. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princeton Trader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade 'em well.